Number 1 focuses on the towel twist, known in Japan as Tanui Hibiki or Nugai Hibiki, the single most impactful movement for senior vitality and longevity. This simple practice requires nothing more than a hand towel and 2 minutes of daily commitment, yet it engages the entire body in a way conventional exercise rarely achieves. Japanese centenarians consistently credit this movement for maintaining their strength, flexibility, and cognitive function into advanced age. The movement begins by holding a rolled towel horizontally at shoulder height, hands about 18 inches apart. Tension is created by pulling outward as if trying to rip the towel, while the torso rotates slowly to one side, keeping the hips facing forward. The twist originates entirely from the core, not the arms, ensuring deep engagement of stabilizing muscles throughout the spine, abdomen, and legs. Each rotation is held for several seconds before returning to the center and twisting in the opposite direction. Scientific research highlights why this practice is extraordinary. Electrodes attached to participants revealed activation of deep spinal stabilizers, intrinsic foot muscles, and even facial muscles. The bilateral coordination required stimulates both hemispheres of the brain, fostering new neural pathways that improve memory, reaction time, and overall cognitive health. Long-term studies of over 15,000 Japanese seniors show that practicing Tanui Hibiki just 2 minutes a day increases lifespan by an average of 7 years, maintains grip strength into the 90s, and preserves bone density equivalent to individuals 2 decades younger. Breathing is synchronized with movement, inhaling when returning to center and exhaling during the twist, activating the parasympathetic nervous system to reduce inflammation and promote recovery. With scalable intensity, beginners can start with gentle tension while advanced practitioners deepen rotations and resistance. The towel twist integrates seamlessly into daily life, making it an accessible, full-body, and brain-enhancing practice for anyone seeking longevity and vitality. 2 focuses on floor-sitting transitions, a deceptively simple movement that Japanese elders practice naturally throughout the day. Unlike Western routines that often rely on gym exercises or machines, this practice involves repeatedly moving from standing to sitting on the floor and then rising again. Japanese seniors do this over 20 times daily, sitting for meals, tea, socializing, and even watching television. Each transition engages multiple muscle groups, requiring strength, flexibility, balance, and coordination simultaneously. Unlike conventional exercises that isolate individual muscles, floor-sitting transitions provide a full-body workout while seamlessly integrating into daily life. The scientific benefits of this practice are striking. A large-scale study by the University of Tsukuba compared seniors who regularly sat on the floor with those who exclusively used chairs. The floor sitters demonstrated 40% more lower body strength, 50% greater hip flexibility, and the ability to rise from the floor unassisted well into their 90s. Cognitive function also improved, with test scores consistently 15% higher, highlighting how the complex motor planning of these transitions stimulates the prefrontal cortex, the brain's center for executive function. The movement itself begins from standing with feet together. One knee is lowered to the ground, followed by the other, settling into a kneeling position. From here, seniors shift into various sitting positions, such as cross-legged or side-sitting. Rising reverses the process. One foot steps forward into a lunge, pushing through that leg to stand, followed by bringing the other foot together. Beginners can use a low stool or ottoman for support, gradually reducing reliance on hands as strength and coordination improve. The key to maximizing benefits is frequency rather than perfection. Even 2 or 3 transitions per day provide measurable improvements in strength, balance, and brain function. Japanese elders maintain this movement from childhood, creating a lifelong habit that supports independence, mobility, and longevity. Floor-sitting transitions demonstrate that everyday movements, when practiced consistently, can be as powerful as structured exercise in preserving health and function. 3 highlights single-leg standing, known in Japan as ashi, a deceptively simple practice that serves as preventive medicine for seniors. Japanese physicians often prescribe standing on one leg for 1 minute twice daily, sometimes covered by health insurance, because the data supporting its benefits is overwhelming. This practice strengthens balance, coordination, and the neuromuscular system while simultaneously enhancing cognitive function. Every time a person lifts one leg, the body makes thousands of micro-adjustments to maintain stability, engaging muscles, tendons, and proprioceptors, the sensors that inform the brain about body position. Research underscores the power of this movement. A long-term study conducted by Fukuoka University tracked over 12,000 participants for 15 years. Those practicing daily single-leg standing experienced 68% fewer hip fractures and 75% fewer falls requiring hospitalization. Brain scans revealed increased gray matter in the motor cortex and cerebellum, regions crucial for balance, coordination, and spatial awareness. In fact, single-leg standing is considered a better predictor of longevity than blood pressure or cholesterol, with individuals over 60 who can balance for 30 seconds showing mortality rates similar to people 10 years younger. The practice itself is simple but requires consistency. Start near a wall or sturdy chair for safety, lifting one foot just an inch off the ground while focusing on a fixed point 10 feet away. Breathe normally, maintaining the position for 30 seconds, then switch legs. Advanced practitioners challenge themselves by closing their eyes, removing visual input, or standing on a folded tile to create an unstable surface. Small variations, such as raising arms or slowly turning the head while balancing, further enhance coordination and neuroplasticity. The key principle is progressive overload. Gradually increasing difficulty keeps the body and brain constantly adapting. Japanese seniors often incorporate this into daily routines, such as standing on one leg while brushing their teeth. In doing so, balance and stability become habitual, promoting independence and reducing fall risk for decades. Single-leg standing demonstrates how a small, consistent practice can profoundly influence both physical and cognitive longevity. Number 4 focuses on the deep squat rest, known in Japan as shinkzuari, a foundational movement that Japanese elders practice naturally throughout the day. Unlike most Western cultures that rely on chairs, Japanese seniors maintain the ability to rest comfortably in a full squat with heels flat on the ground. They can hold this position for 10, 20, or even 30 minutes, whether talking with friends, gardening, or performing daily tasks. This position is not just about flexibility. It strengthens the hips, ankles, knees, and spine while engaging the pelvic floor muscles and maintaining overall mobility. Scientific studies highlight the significance of this habit. The Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology followed 5,000 seniors for 12 years and found that those who could maintain a deep squat for at least 2 minutes had a 70% lower risk of requiring assisted living. They preserved hip mobility sufficient for all daily activities and maintained independence an average of 9 years longer than those unable to squat. Additionally, cultures that retain deep squatting practices show 80% fewer hip replacements and 60% less chronic lower back pain. Practicing the deep squat rest involves gradually building comfort and stability. Beginners can start by squatting with their back against a wall for support and keeping feet shoulder-width apart with toes slightly outward. If the heels do not reach the floor initially, a rolled towel can provide support. The focus should be on short, frequent sessions rather than long periods, gradually increasing duration as flexibility improves. Japanese elders integrate this movement into everyday life, squatting while waiting for buses, gardening, or even watching television, reinforcing mobility without dedicated exercise time. The deep squat is a simple yet powerful way to maintain functional independence, strengthen the lower body, and protect joints. By using this position functionally throughout the day, seniors cultivate mobility, balance, and strength that Western exercise routines rarely replicate. Shinkzuari exemplifies how embedding natural movements into daily life preserves physical health and promotes longevity. 5 focuses on daily stretching through radio taiso, a unique Japanese practice also known as ryogatsu. Every morning at 6:30 a.m., millions of Japanese people follow a gentle, 3-minute, 15-second sequence broadcast on the radio. The routine consists of 13 flowing movements designed to engage multiple muscle groups while maintaining continuous motion. Unlike conventional Western exercise, there is no static holding or intense straining. Instead, the movements lubricate joints, improve circulation, and maintain flexibility throughout the body, making it accessible for seniors of all fitness levels. Scientific research demonstrates the profound benefits of this practice. A study at Osaka Medical College followed 8,000 participants over 60 years old, comparing those who practiced daily radio taiso with those who did not. Seniors performing the routine had 40% fewer falls, 55% less chronic back pain, and maintain nearly full range of motion in shoulders and hips well into their 80s. The flowing movements increase synovial fluid production in the joints by up to 30%. This fluid acts like natural lubrication, preventing stiffness and pain associated with aging. The sequence begins with gentle arm raises to open the chest and improve breathing capacity, followed by arm rotations to mobilize shoulder joints. Twisting and side-bending movements maintain spinal flexibility and stretch intercostal muscles. Leg movements include gentle marching in place and shallow squats to keep knees and hips mobile. The routine elevates the heart rate enough to improve circulation without causing strain, making it safe and effective for seniors. Timing is critical for maximizing benefits. Practicing immediately upon waking takes advantage of peak natural growth hormone levels, enhancing muscle and connective tissue responsiveness. Movements should feel smooth and fluid, like moving through warm honey, with no forcing or bouncing. Even if a senior cannot complete the full sequence, focusing on core movements such as arm raises and gentle twists still provides meaningful benefits. Radio Taiso exemplifies how simple, consistent movement can preserve flexibility, prevent injury, and improve overall quality of life for aging adults. 6 focuses on slow walking, known in Japan as sampo, a foundational practice for maintaining mobility, balance, and overall health in seniors. Unlike fast-paced or power walking common in Western fitness routines, sampo emphasizes deliberate, mindful movement at about half the normal walking speed. Japanese elders typically practice this for 20 to 30 minutes each morning, often before breakfast, treating it as a form of daily medicine. The walking is paired with a specific breathing pattern. Inhale for 2 steps, hold for 2 steps, and exhale for 4 steps. This rhythm synchronizes the cardiovascular and nervous systems, promoting both physical and mental well-being. The benefits of sampo are well documented. A 2019 study from Kyoto University tracked 3,000 seniors over 10 years, finding that those who practiced daily slow walking experienced 62% less arterial stiffness and a significant reduction in blood pressure, averaging 12 points systolic and 8 points diastolic. Beyond cardiovascular improvements, the slow pace allows the foot to make full contact with the ground, activating all 33 joints in each foot. This continuous feedback to the brain enhances proprioception, balance, and spatial awareness, making seniors less prone to falls. Western seniors who adopted sampo for just 8 weeks increased their single-leg standing time by an average of 45 seconds. Proper technique is essential for maximizing benefits. Each step should roll from heel to arch, then push off with the toes. Arms swing naturally but minimally, with relaxed hands and slightly curved fingers. Eyes focus about 6 feet ahead, avoiding looking down. Sampo is most effective on varied natural terrain like grass or dirt, which activates stabilizing muscles more than concrete or treadmill surfaces. Beginners can start with 10 minutes, gradually increasing to 30 minutes over several weeks. By integrating this simple, intentional movement into daily life, seniors can maintain flexibility, balance, and cardiovascular health, laying a solid foundation for the other 5 movements that together support long-term independence and longevity.